The Giants are planning to start Jaxson Dart on Sunday versus the Chargers. New quarterback. The question for you, though, Acho, is Russell Wilson benched again.
Why you say it again?
I'm sorry. Yes.
But why you say it like that?
Like so much emphasis on it.
I'm sorry.
Again. I already knew Russ got benched.
Yeah.
He did. I'm sorry. Does this put a stain on the legacy of Mr. Unlimited? I'm just saying.
If I'm being honest, Russell Wilson, and that's my brother, Russell Wilson is a classic case, I would suggest, of pride comes before the fall. Russell Wilson with the Seattle Seahawks, he was 108, 64, and 1. He had 2 Super Bowl appearances. He won a Super Bowl. Russell Wilson with the Seattle Seahawks only had 1 losing season. But in the 4 seasons since he left the Seahawks, he's only had 1 winning season. 17 and 27 since leaving the Seahawks. 108, 64, and 1 with the Seattle Seahawks. The man who had it good and wanted it better made it worse. And that's what we're witnessing and witness with Russell Wilson. The guy that had it good and wanted it better made it worse. Kieran, I'm looking at the Russell Wilson Seattle Seahawks departure, and what's occurred since? He got benched for what would potentially become Bo Nix a year later. He was in a quarterback battle with Justin Fields, and then he got benched for Jaxson Dart. That is what has happened to Russell Wilson. A first ballot, in my mind, Hall of Famer back in 2017 based upon his trajectory. And since then, benched for what would inevitably become a drafted Bo Nix, traded to the Steelers where you're in a competition with Justin Fields, and then benched after 3 games for Jaxson Dart. I mean, if you're looking at Russell Wilson, how could you suggest this didn't impact his legacy?
I think you have to look at that. I think when I'm looking at this Russell Wilson situation, I think in my mind, is Pete Carroll the only coach to really believe in him? When he came into the league, he was an undersized guy that put up great numbers in college, and the guy that believed in him, took a chance on him, was who? Pete Carroll. Ended up going there. He ended up going to Denver. Did Sean Payton believe in him when he got him? Nope. Did not want him. He went to Pittsburgh. They could have kept him. Nope. Didn't believe in him. Now he's at the Giants. 3 weeks. Bench for Jaxson Dart. I don't think the NFL, outside of Pete Carroll, believes in Russell Wilson as a starting quarterback.
Let me
and
wrap
I
it
think
you,
that stains his legacy.
But here's the other thing, though, because you make a phenomenal point. The reason I get so irritated by this Russell Wilson thing is Pete Carroll lost too. Pete Carroll with Russell Wilson, 108, 64, and 1. Pete Carroll, since Russell Wilson, including his Oakland Raiders tenure, Las Vegas Raiders tenure, 19 and 19. Y'all do the math. So Pete Carroll without Russell Wilson, a 500 coach, and don't look up Pete Carroll's record before Russell Wilson. It wasn't good then either. So Pete Carroll with Russell Wilson, 108, 64, and 1, and without Russ, you 500. Like, to me, Kieran, this is a classic case of 2 individuals who do not realize they are great for each other. One individual thinks it's all him. The other individual thinks it's all him. And not realizing y'all need each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I agree. I don't think it puts a huge stain on his legacy just because you're a Super Bowl winning quarterback. You had a 30-plus touchdown, less than 10 interception type season multiple times in the NFL. Those are elite numbers. You're a great quarterback. You're washed, though. I'm going to be honest. Start playing the Charlie Wilson. You light my fire. You got to start doing that when his highlights come on.
Hey, can we ask the chat this one, though? Because this is important to me. Yeah. Chat, I need to hear from y'all. Russell Wilson, is his legacy ruined? I need to hear from y'all. I heard from Care Bear. Y'all done heard from me. I want to hear from y'all. Social Trey, ask the chat. Please ask the chat. But it just hurts me when you say he's washed, because the other thing is, I don't know if Russ is washed. I think Russell Wilson has just lost the pick of the litter of going to great situations, and all of the situations he's gone to have been average to below average. Remember, he goes to the Denver Broncos. I believe that's the Denver Broncos team that was talentless at the time. You know what I mean? Like, their best player is a young and ascending, trying to figure it out, Pat Surtain.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson then goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. We now have fully realized, the Steelers' defense is atrocious.
Yeah.
They're atrocious. Aaron Rodgers is 6-1. 2-1 with the Steelers. Congratulations. Russell Wilson, he was solid with the Steelers too. They went to the playoffs.
Justin Fields was solid with the Steelers. Nobody's going to lose with Mike Tomlin.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But then you go to the New York Giants and what were we expecting? Were we expecting them to beat the Chiefs? Like, what were we expecting? So I don't know if Russ is actually washed or if Russ is just now in a position where You no longer get to pick your role. You're stuck with roles that aren't going to support you, and this is what happens.
Yeah, no, chat getting nasty. They're saying he's like Joe Flacco. I'm not going to go that far, man. I'm not going to go that far. That's crazy. Man. That's crazy. Russ at some points was the best player on the Seahawks offense.
Very true.
He was a. I think the question surrounding this change for the Giants, though, is did the Giants start Dart too soon? Is it too soon for him? And also, this isn't an easy opponent. He's going to go up against one of the hottest teams in the NFL, the Chargers at 3-0.
I would have waited until next week. You got the Chargers this week. The Chargers, to me, have the best defense in football, especially when you look at the tape. The Chargers defensively and schematically, they rarely make any mistakes. Jesse Minter has that team flying around. But the next week, you got the Saints. You don't get a second chance at a first impression. So Jaxson Dart's first impression of the NFL is going to be against Derwin James and them boys with the Chargers. As opposed to, you could go up against the Saints, who Sam Darnold just put 52 points on. You feel me? Like, if I want a first impression, let me go up against a team that I can beat down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm reminded.
He gets a trial by fire for sure.
And like, what kind of damage is that going to do to him? Jalen Hurts' first start, I'll never forget it. First start was against the Saints. Had 300 total yards. Eagles win. Jalen Hurts has since become Jalen Hurts. He's only focused on winning. If Jalen Hurts' first start would have been a bloodbath, I just don't know how long it takes to recover. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But so often, Care Bear, people forget the game of football is so much more mental than it actually can be physical, especially for a primarily mental position at quarterback. Imagine you go out versus the Chargers, and he throws 3 interceptions, 179 yards and 3 picks, no touchdowns. He going to be like, yo, can I even do this? And the most important thing, now that you've benched Russ, you can't go back to Russ. No. Hey, Dart, it's all you. You can go to Jameis if you want, but you can't go back to Russ.
Now, look, on the flip side of this, though, say he goes out there and actually pulls out the upset. I know this sounds crazy. How confidence boosting, how inspiring is this for the fan base, for the team, for the locker room, if he goes out there and it's like, oh, wow, okay. You know, Andrew Thomas had a great game protecting him out there. Malik Neighbors actually got activated, and Tyrone Tracy actually had a good game. The defense ate. They go out there, they beat the Chargers. Now you're sitting there, you're going up against the Saints. You have all the confidence in the world, and you're thinking, okay, we're back. We're actually back to being a good team. Brian Daboll's thinking my job could be saved. Who knows? I see that side.
The problem, though, with that is, like, realistically speaking, if you're a coach, what's more likely to happen? That you go out there and get your butts beat by the Chargers, or you go out there and you win that football game. Now, I'm not saying the Giants can't win, because the Giants defensively, they got some dudes. Brian Burns can get some strip sacks. Abdul Carter, Kayvon Thibodeau, they got some dudes. But offensively, especially even with Tyron Tracy is out, so Scatterboo, it's all you.
Oh, yeah, you're right,
You know what I mean? Like, Scatterboo, it's all you. Malik Neighbors, it's all you. It's Jaxson Dart's first start, and the Chargers give up nothing easy. I wouldn't want it to be my first start. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. They have no shot to win that game.
I was just going to say, can I play devil's advocate?
Please do.
If you start him for the Saints and he comes out and performs very poorly, what does that do for his confidence? Like, then are you setting him up for just a crush and blow? Like, man.
If you start him against the Saints and he plays bad, then to me he's just not good.
Okay.
Like, you're not going to see much good from him his rookie year. Not that you won't see good from him in the future, but the Saints are one of the worst teams in football. If you can't play well against the Saints, I do not know where you're going to have good luck. Maybe you start him against the Cowboys whenever that first game is. Obviously, the Cowboys' defense is putrid, but to me, bro, if you can't get it done versus the Saints, and again, it's not, you can win in one of two ways. He can win by having a good game, or he can win in the win column by the team winning. The Saints give you the best opportunity to at least win in one way, the win column. Saints, he might have 1 touchdown and 2 picks. He's a rookie, but you still might get a dub at least.
I never thought Giants fans would have been missing Daniel Jones 3 weeks into the season. Crazy. Well, moving forward, though, Russ, he's still a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL. He'd start on a team like the Saints. He'd start on other teams around the league. Does he demand a trade now, given the fact that his path to starting seems gone?
I think Russ has to demand a trade. Russell Wilson cannot sit here and end his career as a backup to Jaxson Dart. Furthermore, Russ, if you're a backup to Jaxson Dart, where in the world will you be able to start next year? Like, this is your opportunity. But it's what you said. And what you said really got me thinking. Who believes in Russ? Sean Payton, Hall of Fame head coach, got to Denver and was like, bro, I don't like that you be kissing babies. I don't like that you be jogging on airplanes. I don't like that you're hurt and you're going out there and you're taking reps before the game. I want you out of here. Mike Tomlin, Hall of Fame head coach. He chose to try to offer Justin Fields over Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
The Steelers could have offered Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. They offered Justin Fields. Justin Fields got more money from the Jets. Steelers didn't even offer Russell Wilson. Brian Daboll, phenomenal head coach, former coach of the year, not future Hall of Fame, but former coach of the year. He looked at Russ and said, after 3 games, I want Jaxson Dart. So if Sean Payton not going to co-sign you, if Mike Tomlin not going to co-sign you, if Brian Daboll not going to co-sign you, and Pete Carroll not going to co-sign you, bro, who going to co-sign you?
I don't know. I mean, the Saints are the same organization that drafted Tyler Shuck. I don't think they know what they're doing whenever it comes to quarterback play in the first place. But that's just how I feel. It's sorry to the Giants fans. I know I'm not. I don't care. Moving forward.